All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to explore a pretty wild idea. What if every single meal you eat is sending a direct set of instructions to your body's electrical network? We're going to uncover that deep connection between your food and your nerves and show you how you can literally eat your way to a calmer, more resilient state of being. You ever have that feeling of being completely wired but tired? You know, you're exhausted, but your mind just will not shut off. You're on edge, irritable, maybe your fuse feels a little short. We usually blame stress, right? But what if the real culprit is hiding in plain sight? Right there on your plate, actively sabotaging your entire nervous system. Okay, so let's break this down. I want you to imagine your nervous system as this vast, intricate electrical web. The food you eat acts like a tuning fork for it. The right kinds of foods, they create this beautiful, clear, coherent signal that allows everything to run smoothly. But the wrong foods, well, they create disruptive static. Let's call it nerve noise. And this is where it gets really personal, because this electrical state translates directly into how we feel. A tuned nerve sends a calm, efficient signal. That's when you feel resilient, centered, and in control. But a mistuned nerve, it's sending an erratic, stressed-out signal. And that is where that feeling of anxiety, irritation, and just being overwhelmed comes from. The difference is literally electric. So how does this tuning process actually work? Well, it all starts with something called the resting membrane potential. Just think of it as your nerve's baseline charge. It's ready for action state. This charge is maintained by these tiny, mineral-powered pumps. When those pumps have the right fuel, your nerves fire off clean, crisp signals. When they don't, those signals get noisy and unstable. Now, the other absolutely critical piece of this puzzle is myelin. This is the fatty insulation that wraps around your nerve fibers. It's just like the plastic coating on an electrical cable. Myelin is what makes sure your nerve signals travel super fast and without any interference. If your myelin isn't healthy, the signals get weak, distorted, and, you guessed it, noisy. So what is it that disrupts this incredibly fine-tuned system? The main culprits by far are ultra-processed foods, or UPFs. And these aren't just empty calories, oh no. They are, as the slide says, bioelectric saboteurs that actively go in and create static in your nervous system. This table really breaks down exactly how that attack happens. You've got emulsifiers, which actually strip your gut lining, creating static that affects your whole system. Then there are phosphates. They directly block the mineral channels your nerves absolutely need to fire properly. And nitrites? They actually degrade that precious myelin insulation we were just talking about. It's really a multi-pronged assault on your entire electrical system. And this nerve noise isn't just some vague concept. It has very real, tangible consequences. It overexcites your brain's alarm circuits, which leads to anxiety. It messes with your stress hormone rhythm, which can totally ruin your sleep. And it lowers the tone of your vagus nerve. That's a major nerve that helps you calm down, which is exactly why you can end up with such a short fuse.
But here is the good news. This is not a one-way street. We can absolutely fight back. We can flip the script by choosing coherent foods that act as powerful nerve tuners, restoring order and calm to our internal electrical web.
Our number one hero nutrient is magnesium. This is the essential mineral that directly powers those little pumps we mentioned, stabilizing your nerve's baseline charge. It also boosts GABA. You can think of that as your brain's natural off switch, which is why it's so incredibly calming. And you can find it in things like leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. Next up, omega-3s. These are the literal building blocks of your myelin insulation. But they do more than that. They also fight inflammation and improve the function of that vagus nerve, which is what allows your body to switch from that frantic fight-or-flight mode into a calm rest and digest state. And finally, we've got polyphenols. Think of these as the cleanup crew for your nervous system. You'll find them in colorful plants like berries and herbs, and they act like powerful antioxidants that buffer all that electrical static we've been talking about. They protect your nerves from damage and just keep your internal wiring clean and functioning well. So you might be wondering, how can I put all of this into action and actually feel the difference for myself? Well, we've got a really simple 7-day reset challenge designed to help you do just that, to tune your own nervous system. The plan is incredibly simple. Seriously, for the first 3 days, just track your baseline. How's your sleep, really? How's your mood? Then, for the next 4 days, you make one simple change. Eat a coherent evening meal and try to avoid those ultra-processed foods after 6 p.m. At the end of the week, just compare. See how you feel. It's a powerful little experiment you can run in just 1 week. So what on earth is a coherent meal?
As you can see, it's not complicated at all. Just a simple base of greens to get that magnesium, a quality source of protein for stable energy, and a fermented food to support that crucial gut-nerve connection. That's it. This one simple plate provides all the signals your body needs for calm.
You know, the ultimate goal here is to build true resilience. And this quote just captures it perfectly. It's about building an internal system that can bounce back from a stressful event in a few minutes, not one that carries that stress around for hours or even days. That right there is the power of a well-tuned nervous system.
So we'll leave you with this one last question to think about. We often look for really complex solutions for our stress and anxiety. But what if the most powerful tool for creating a calmer, more coherent mind has been right in front of you all along, just sitting there on your dinner plate?